Hey, welcome back. So today I have a surprise for you. To cater to some of your insecurities, I'm gonna wear a shirt. Never mind. So anytime you have a new tempered glass mask, you're gonna need to burn the film on the inside of it so it doesn't fog. Just take a lighter and just burn the film away. Make sure you get all your corners without burning the rubber of the mask. You're gonna have to do it a few times. I do it before I go out, probably for my first 5 or 6 times I dive. I don't know why, but it does work after a while. It's a necessary part of having a new mask. And then when you get all the film burned away, just take a clean cloth and we'll wipe it out before you put your anti-fog on, whatever that is, and that should keep it from fogging during the day. So today I tried to not drink coffee for the first time, and I'm gonna see if that lowers my heart rate and helps me relax out there a little bit more. But right now I'm feeling pretty tired. We'll see how this goes. And now, lucky for us, this ends up being the clearest and calmest day we've seen in quite a while. So we're just heading out to our zone, getting started for the day and seeing how it looks. And because we're in the shallows about 30-40 feet, I got my taco eye turned on. I'm looking for a taco to start my day. And sure enough, I see some weirdness on the reef. I go down to check it out. I see this Munu doing the taco dance. He points him out for me, and there he is. I give him a little tickle underneath, but then I noticed the rock move, and I figured that'd be easier just to move the rock. And I get a hold of him. But he's a fighter, and he ain't gonna quit easy. He rips the snorkel right out of my mask, which is always kind of a pain on the surface, so you can't relax. I flip my gun upside down so Alex can grab it for me. Thanks, Alex.
I can took my snorkel. You put that together for me? Thanks. There we go. Whew. Trying to kill me. That's a good start to the day. All right, yes sir.
And here I'm gonna jump up on the buoy to reconnect my breathing tube to my face so we can continue on out there to a little bit deeper water. Now the plan today is to just do a short blue water drift until we head back to this zone that I really want to hunt deep reef at. So we're just gonna see what happens out here in the blue while we can, just for a little while. And we're with Dustin. He knows what to do in the blue water, so he drops the flasher line down here and gets us started for the day. So we're just gonna see if anything comes in at all before we head into the reef. And Alex grabs a handful of palu and he swims down in 30 feet or so, 35, and drops a handful so that way all the fish on the surface don't eat it before it gets down to the depths. And here I'm taking my first real warm-up drop of the day, and I just dropped until I felt a little bit uncomfortable, and I was in the mid-70s. I looked around. It's a little bit spooky not seeing the reef and nothing but blue and a couple of oolu in the sunlight above you, but it is kind of peaceful feeling. It's a really cool feeling, and I just want to kind of get warmed up and see if there's anything down there, and I head on back up really slowly and gently. Get the lungs warmed up for the day. Now we've been out here for a few minutes, so we're not really seeing anything at all, but we are kind of over some deeper reef, and because my first warm-up drop felt really good for the day, I asked those guys to give me a spot because I'm feeling pretty comfortable and I want to hit some depth because I haven't hit it in a while. So I'm going to show this whole dive, and I got my eyes closed right now and I'm just really focused on relaxing everything. Now the gun that's on my shoulder, that grip, I'm trying to relax it. I'm relaxing my neck. I'm kicking slower and slower, and after every kick I'm completely turning off. I just very gently open my eyes every once in a while to see where I'm at, but usually I can tell in my body how deep I am. I can tell when I pass 20 meters, I can tell when I pass 30 meters. And down here it's such a steep slope that I can kind of decide how deep I want to go based on where I want to touch the reef. I'm starting to get a little bit squeezed here, and I look at that pink coral head and I figure that's a good place to stop, and I grab that rock. And it's kind of cool to think I might be the only human being to ever touch that rock. There's a really nice oolu, and you can make fun of me all you want. I love oolu. So I give him a spinal tap and I head back up because I got a long ways to go. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time down there. And now, because I haven't been in this depth in a while, I'm a little bit squeezed, and I'm just remembering that I'm just right here right now. There's nowhere else I can be. I've been here many times before. I'm uncomfortable, but I can deal with it. So I just really kind of shake everything off a little bit and relax. I keep everything slow. I never look up. I don't rush for the surface. I'm just kicking as gently and as efficiently as I can. And about every 15 feet or so, I take a little inhale of air in my mask. Alex checks, make sure I'm okay, and I'm fine. I surface and check out my watch and see how deep I was because I had no idea. Deepest I've been in a minute, and maybe the deepest fish I've ever landed. Nice oolu. Good way to start our day. Nothing crazy, but I'm pretty stoked. And now that we're getting pushed into that reef zone I've been looking for, which is anywhere from like 75 to 90 feet, Alex goes down for a drop, and as he's coming up, I see him ditch his gun after dealing with his reel for a little bit, so I check and make sure he's okay and surface is fine, because I know there was an issue down there. We're gonna have to go investigate. So this is right around 80 feet, so I do a bit of a breathe up, and I'm going down to see what we got going on. He's got a really nice moo wrapped up on the reef really well. And this does not come out of the coral head as easy, and I thought I might have to cut it, so I throw my gun down and I pull it out with both hands and it snaps out, thankfully. And there's another one dealing with the same issue, and it releases. So now the moo doesn't have a great shot into it, but I can tell he's too smoked to fight very hard, so I'm not going to put a backup shot into it, and I'm just going to very gently swim him up so then Alex can get a hold of it. And it's a really nice moo, Alex. Nice shot on that one. Good work. That was some depth too. So Alex comes down to make sure I'm okay and get the gun out of my hand. And he's putting those brand new penetrator fins to work that he got from Pops. And he's loving them. More on that later.
Oh yeah, man.
Quite the rescue, thank you.
Nice one. There you go. That's it. No more needed.
I might cook this up with you later tonight back at your place if you're cool with that.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you so much
Yes,
for the
sir.
rescue. Really appreciate that.
Woo, it's a nice one. Yeah, dude. No, it was wrapped so hard on the coral head.
I saw you on Knitting.
It was tight, man.
Yeah. It looked like a knitting circle down
I was
there.
like, should I cut it?
Yeah, I saw the thought.
Maybe.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
And now both of those guys have to go in, so I'm going to hit some solo time, and this is my zone. I feel pretty confident and comfortable out here, and because of how I'm feeling today, I'm going to drop a little bit deeper than I normally would. So I'm down here in the upper 60s, lower 70s hunting this moo, and I'm thinking maybe I can get him, and I go for a lunge on him, and then that Veke Ula comes in, and I have to take a shot on him, but I rushed it a little bit and just grazed the top of him and missed. So I head for the surface to recover and shake my head, but I come down to the same spot, and I have a feeling that he's going to stick around in the same area. And now I got that taco from earlier I'm going to use as a flasher, and that seems to work really well in a lot of cases, and sure enough, he comes right back. I'm going to line him up. I know where he's going, so I put my gun ahead of time and let him swim right towards it, and I stoned him. So I get some redemption there finally. Yes, he's coming to the surface with me, one of my favorite fish out there. And he's really big too, he's over 3 pounds. And I get greeted by another school of oolu, and they've been around me all day. And look at that beauty, kind of a rare fish out here, pretty stoked on that one. So kind of a spoiler alert, this is the end of this dive. I don't shoot anything here. I just want to show off how cool this structure is. Look how much fun it is to hunt in this zone. Look how many boulders there are in the structure. It's just super cool, and it's super fishy today. Which is really good news because I'm not just hunting for me today. I have a couple friends that I told I would get fish for, and they're not super picky either, so I have some options. There's a really big moo in the background, and I see that guy every once in a while. I know who he is. He does not come in, so I'm not going to waste my time. If I see something that I think my friends would enjoy, then I'm gonna grab it. And there's a really fat table boss that's swimming around there, and those purple table boss are one of my favorite fish, and I would love to gift one of those. So as he's rolling around, I know he's gonna come back out on this side, so I'm just gonna head him off, and sure enough, there he is. And I put a spinal tap and head back up to the surface and get another one on the Kui. It's going pretty well out here today, loving it. And I got greeted by those oolus again on the way up, and now I've seen this Moanakali whipping around at the bottom, so I figure if I take a super smooth duck dive on him, I might be able to get him, but because I can barely see it on my mask right now after rinsing it, I barely missed. And right after that, I see this pod of dolphins in the shallows, and they come in to console me. What a blessing. They're always super cool to see. They just come in to check me out. I take a dive onto them to go hang out, and they're just super playful and really curious and really fun. Just always a pleasure to be in the water where they're so beautiful. Look how cool they are. And you got that one going upside down to play around a little bit and playing fins with each other. I don't know what that's about. Look how cool they are. Just never gets old. Thank you for showing up. Enjoy your day as you head out there to the blue. Thanks for stopping by. No, I'm really starting to feel it. I've been out here for a few hours and fighting current and dragging a buoy and a bunch of chum around, so I'm pretty tired. I'm getting a little bit more shallow here in the 40s and 50s, and I'm just looking for one or two more fish. A nice goat fish would be great. And looking around, and I see a couple, and lucky me, there's a fat moonu. I take my time with them. I don't put the greatest shot into him, but it's good enough, center of the body. And then he's gonna do his best to try to ruin my day and get tangled up in that coral, but I'm just not gonna let him do that this time. I shake him free. Sorry, buddy, you're coming to the surface with me. Just like the rest of them, you're gonna go join that Kui. And as I come up with the tackle and the flasher in my hand, I always have a tough time wondering what to do with everything. And a lot of times I'll just put the tackle back on my Kui on my hips and tuck the flasher into my glove and deal with the fish and go back to it. And because I have quite a long swim in, probably 40-45 minutes in, I'm gonna head in, and I figure if I can grab one more fish along the way, that would be great. And sure enough, as I dumped out the chum bag, these monster opilocalas come in, and I just have to go chase them down, and they swim off, but I do catch up to him, and as I flash the taco, he turns, and I take a really long shot. I aim a little bit high, and it drops the shaft right into him. I was kind of surprised that I hit him, and the shaft went through him, but it was a good holding shot. I can put some pressure onto him, and I head up and I haul him in, and he ends up being probably my biggest opilocala ever, but I don't know because I didn't weigh him. Doesn't really matter to me though. The top loins off these after they're cured up for a few days is some of my favorite sashimi out there. They're like thick slabs of butter. You can't beat it, and it's a lot of meat, a lot of food to share. And also a great way to end my day. I don't even reload my gun after this. I'm just here to check out the scene as I swim the rest of the way back in. But this guy's not done fighting me yet. He's trying to wiggle free, but it's too late, buddy. I'm sorry. So I brain him, take the spear out, and get him on the Kui, because that's plenty fish for me and everybody else I was hunting for. So I start this long trek back and look back at my spoils. Look at that one. You. And anytime you come across some rubbish in the water, just try to grab it and take it out. Fishing gear is all over the place. And I see this Honu down here. I want to go hang out with him. I let him know I'm coming because I didn't want to spook him, but I'm just going down and say, hey, buddy, what are you eating? What you got there? And he looks at me going, oh, I didn't know you were there, and I did scare him. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, buddy. Have a good one. And I'm going to finish this swim in all by myself, or so I think. And then I get blessed with the presence of another pod of dolphins. Look at those guys coming in to give me a greeting. And I see them off, and we go our separate ways. Good luck out there, guys.
Yeah, baby. Holo mission success. I also think that I'm going to stop drinking coffee before diving. That made a pretty big difference. I like that.
Oh, yeah. look at all those colors and that amazing food. Gave a little bit away too, so not everything is pictured there, but I'm pretty stoked on that cuy.
All right, that's about all I can handle today. I haven't eaten in like 20 hours, so I'm gonna eat a burrito, get some rest, and we'll do that catch and cook tomorrow. All right.
So we're here with the one and only Pops at Pops Spearfishing in Kona, getting fitted for some new fins today. This is the only spot I come to for new gear. This guy who's been in the business for a while knows exactly what he's doing.
So this is Alex's first pair of carbons. He just upgraded from composites, and he will tell you the greatest upgrade in a decade.
Thanks, Pops. All right, so to commemorate Megan moving in today, we're gonna make one of her favorite recipes of all time, fried fish balls. So we got that vecche from yesterday. We got a carrot we're gonna shred up. We're gonna mince up that onion. Do the same thing with that garlic. Throw a couple eggs in there. Add a little bit of cheese, a bunch of mayonnaise. Mince up some mushrooms. We're gonna mix it all together with some panko, and we're gonna roll it into little golf balls, and we're gonna deep fry it in avocado oil. All right, you guys might recognize her from before, but this is my lovely lady, Megan. And she is here to stay. Welcome to your new home, dear.
Thank you.
Some fish balls. That's really what I'm here for. You guys, thank you so much for watching, and catch you next time. You!